Hello everybody, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about the Vermeer 252 stump grinder. This is one of the first pieces of equipment we bought for our tree service. I've been running a tree service for almost 20 years in Jacksonville, Florida, a small city called Orange Park. And when I first started the tree service, I didn't have much money, and I had like a minivan, a small used homemade trailer, and a couple saws that I bought from I think I bought from Walmart or bought used. And so we had very few funds and very small budget. I ended up buying this 252 Vermeer from a rental store, and it was part blue, part yellow, part green, and didn't have much money. So what I decided to do, we had a T100 Toyota truck that was already painted camouflage, and I had a pretty good knack of painting camouflage, and it was cheap. Basically, we would just take whatever we had, paint it like a flat black or flat green, dark color, and then we would buy about 2 or 3, 4 cans of camouflage paint and basically paint everything camouflage. We started off with just using leaves and whatever we could find, and then later on I just did it freehand. But as you can see here, this is half camouflage, half bright green, half blue. Who knows what other colors on there, but anyway, these are really good little stump grinders to start with. They have dualies on them. You can pop the dualies off. I bought mine with a trailer. I think I started out with that. I think I bought the stump grinder for $5,000. They're kind of slow maneuverability. It has a single steering arm. You kind of work with your hand. You kind of just pull this lever and you move it. The steering doesn't really work very well when both tires are locked in, because the machine wants to go straight while you're turning. You almost have to disengage one of the wheels so it'll actually turn pretty good then. Later on, we ended up getting a small Toro Dingo skid steer stand-on mini compact loader, and we figured out it was a lot easier and faster to just disconnect the hubs and basically roll it to the stumps. And once we got to the grass, or we got to the part where we couldn't push it, we would just pick it up with a skid steer in the front. We built like a little hitch right here, as you can see, right up there. Put a little hitch on it, and then later on we put a pintle hitch, and we could just pick it up and move it around a lot easier. These machines are very versatile. What I liked about it, we had a couple incidents where the trailer ended up that hauled it went flat, and we didn't. You never want to leave a piece of equipment on the side of the road. You can actually take this this steering wheel off, and you can hook this directly to your truck. And it's not really made to go high speed, but you can put the right here. You can dislocate the axles. Take the you pull it out and twist it, and it'll make the back drive wheels neutral. And you can actually pull it behind your truck. I've seen a lot of people just not have a trailer, and they pull it behind the truck with those wheels, which I don't recommend, only in emergencies, because it wears your tires out, and you can actually flip it. But I've known people to do that. But it's nice to be able to, in emergency, put that on your truck, leave the trailer with the flat tires on the side of the road, get your equipment home, and then go back later and pick up your trailer. Because people are less likely to steal one of those trailers, because they're almost useless, except for maybe you could put a motorcycle on them or something, but they're pretty much useless unless you can change them with you almost have to be a metal fab shop to, train them, and it's too much work to change them into a regular trailer. But they're especially made to pull these stump grinders. I used this stump grinder for over 10 years. And it had quite a few hours when I purchased it, and we put a ton more. I can't tell you how many stumps we ground with this At later, the end of the life, we had to keep dumping oil in it. I had it rebuilt a few times, but that motor was just slap wore out, and we got all our money out of it. Ended up trading it after 10 or 15 years because we didn't use it anymore. It was like a backup, and as far as I know, they're still using it, but I think it needed a new motor. But it was a really good machine. It's a great starter. It's a great backup. You know, it's just very slow unless you have a skid steer to push it or pull it. It creeps. It's like so slow to get to the stumps. But if you put it neutral and push it until you get to the grass, and push it as far as you can, then lock the wheels in, go the rest of the way, and then when you're done grinding the stump, you can push it back to your truck or the trailer. Yeah, it's just a good starter machine. If you can get a good price on one used, I probably wouldn't buy one new because you know, they're just so expensive. You could probably get something that cuts a little faster for the same price. I just bought a Bandit. It's a Bandit ZT. Has a 38 horse motor. It was 17,000, and it'll way outcut this machine. But yeah. But if you can find one used at a good price and you're just starting out, that's fine. But I kind of got a deal on it when I first started, and they didn't have the new equipment. I have a one on tracks now. But a lot of people don't understand most of the money's in the small stumps. Most people will pay like 50 or $100 to grind a small stump. They don't want to pay 300 or 400 for a huge stump. So what I do is I grind all the small stumps myself, and then I have a bigger machine, and I sub out the bigger stumps to my big stump grinder. I have a guy that basically just hauls it around and grinds stumps for me. But yeah, again, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews. Thumbs up for the Vermeer 252. If you can get a good deal on a used one that still has life in it, go for it. But I wouldn't purchase one new. There's a lot. You get a lot more bang for your buck if you buy like a Bandit ZT or ZX with the tracks on it. I would purchase one of those instead because it's about the same price, within a few $100. You'll get a lot more productivity out of it. But in the day, these were great. If you get one now, you better get a good deal on it because they're slow as molasses. But they'll still grind a stump. If you're not real busy and you just need to grind a few stumps, this is great. But if you have a bunch of stumps to grind, it's going to take you forever. Anyway, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews. If you like this review, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that bell. We're going to give you a lot more. I like to do videos on things that'll make people make better buying decisions, give more information, and things that I've used in the past, I've had experience on. I try to do the best I can and give you the best knowledge of an experience I have on that particular product. And like I said, hopefully it'll give you information to make a better buying decision. Peace.